Today I'll tell you which are the essential tools you need to create, produce, and mix music. Not only that, I will only recommend free plugins with the same or better quality than paid software. So, first things first. Your DAW will most likely have every basic thing you will need to make and mix music. Some DAWs are more limited than others, especially when it comes to virtual instruments and synthesizers. Most or every DAW will have high-quality stock plugins that will get the job done, especially for purely digital tools. But of course, there are third-party plugins with more features, or that are more advanced, or even that offer something that your DAW doesn't have. So let's see which are the essential tools and what are my recommendations. For starters, EQ and compression are the most common plugins that you may need. EQs will let you sculpt a sound following what your aims are, enhancing or taking away different frequencies. And hands down, the best free EQ is TDR Nova. It has 4 bands and also high pass and low pass filters. You may think that 4 is limited, but on my experience, most of the time 4 is plenty. This EQ is precise, can be really surgical, and what's better, it's also a dynamic EQ. You can even use it as a compressor. For colored and analog-inspired EQs, there are a lot of options, but again, my favorite is from Tokyo Down Labs. This is TDR Slick EQ, which is made in collaboration with Variety of Sound. It has 3 bands and 4 types of EQ curves plus saturation. Despite what you might believe with the EQ names, these are not based on any real unit, making this a unique equalizer with analog character and its own distinct sound. Honestly, my compression recommendations are also from them. I swear this video is not sponsored on any way, it's just that their plugins are really high quality. It has a lot of features as dual stage release, low-end detection filtering, a delta bottom to listen to your compression, and enough to privilege peak over RMS or the other way around. You can use it also for mastering. On the other hand, they also offer Molotov, which is a colored analog-inspired compressor. Similar to Slick EQ, it doesn't emulate specific units, but has its own variable character for the color and the attack-release relationships. And what's even better about this developer, they even have a multi-stage limiter that besides limiting, it has a clipper, a compressor, and a high-frequency compression. If you want to know other developers of free analog-inspired plugins, I highly recommend Analog Obsession Frank, Acustica Coffee de Pan, Clanhelm DC1A and MJUC Junior, Boxengo Overtone GQ, and Sonymuse Sony Q. Now, if you want a free true-peak limiter, Loudmax is the most transparent I've heard. It has only 2 parameters and some buttons to activate the intersample peaking detection, so it's almost like set and forget. Other really useful kind of processor is saturation. Saturation can add character, body, sparkle, grid, and many other types of color to any sound. And one of the best free sounding ones is the saturation knob by Softube. It's really simple, just one knob, and also has auto gain compensation. It has a really nice sound that I haven't heard in many other saturators. The other one I recommend a lot is the Clanhelm IVGI. It can be used for the master boss, individual bosses, or even individual tracks, which means it's really versatile. Besides that, it has extra controls to change the symmetry of the sound and the frequency dependency. Finally, space and width are essential for a good production, so you will definitely need delay and reverb. One of the free delays with most features I've seen, it's delay by 6th sample. Of course, you can use it for classic mixing things like slapback delay or stereo 8s or 4ths, but it also can give you experimental madness. This is thanks to all the options that you can see. You can change the diffusion to make this into a reverb, you can spread it, offset the echo, the distortion is multi-mode, and also has different algorithms, even a reverse delay. What's even better, it has a randomized button that will give you crazy things. For reverbs, I must admit I'm a huge fan of convolution. Almost every DAW nowadays have a convolution device with a large library of real spaces and studio quality impulse responses. You can get free impulse responses all over the internet, as for instance the full catalog of the famous Bricasti M7. But if you want a third-party plugin with a great free library, then check out Convolugy. It has the sounds of classic reverbs, some rare machines, and plates. And believe me, there are impulse responses for anything that you can imagine. Now, going to another topic, depending on the genre you're working on or how you want to process the vocals, you may need an Autotune alternative. We have plugins like Auto Pitch that will keep the pitch inside a scale as the basic version of Autotune. Besides, it has more features like adding width, changing the format, and so on. I believe all the effects I mentioned are the essential ones. If I'm missing something, let me know. But now let's talk about instruments. First of all, let's go to the synthesizers. In my opinion, nowadays we have free synthesizers that are better than paid ones. For instance, Vital and Surge. They can give you professional grade sound design options with their crazy modulation, wavetables, and excellent effects. Besides all of that, both synthesizers have really big communities and amazing sound designers that will often upload tutorials, free preset packs, and any other kind of support you may need. So go check both and decide which one is the best for you. Besides synthesizers, I can also offer you free alternatives for very realistic virtual instruments. For instance, Ample Sounds offers a really good acoustic guitar and an electric bass. Both are realistic and really expressive. For electric guitars, I didn't find a specific plugin that convinced me, so for now I will skip it because at the end of this video I will show you one of the best options for realistic instruments. Of course, if you're using basses and guitars, you may want also to have cabinets, amplification, and pedals. There are a bunch of excellent free ones, some even emulating real gear. I personally like Amplitude 5 CS. I know that the idea of IQ Multimedia is that you download this so you then buy other versions of it, but I think it's good as it is. It offers 10 stomp box, 6 amplifiers, 7 cabinets, 4 speakers, 3 microphones, 6 rack effects, and 6 rooms. And to complete the band, the drum player I like the most is SSD Sampler by Steven Slate. It comes with just 2 kits that are really similar, but I have the full version and I still use the free kits from time to time. I really like how they sound. I believe that's the only limitation, because you can still change the balance between the mics or the dynamics, and also you can set multiple outputs so you can mix with your own plugins each track individually. And to show you I'm not kidding, for this song I used the free version. I don't know where to go, this is not my last time, I don't know where to go. Now, for more orchestral type of sounds, I quite like the BBC Orchestra for Spitfire's Labs. They have all the orchestral sections you will need to make epic music, and the sounds are really high quality. The velocity control is also very nice, and they offer different articulations. Now, speaking of labs, this is a sample library that offers a lot of excellent sampled instruments collections. You can get from pianos to guitars and experimental things. Besides labs, the other excellent free sample-based instrument is Decent Sampler. Similar to labs, you will find rare and strange sounds, but you will also find meticulously recorded instruments for any purpose. And as I mentioned earlier, here is where you can find electric guitars. Also, you may notice that I haven't mentioned any piano, and that's because, again, you can find a lot of really good sample libraries for Decent Sampler. As an example, Pianobook has a lot of different types of pianos, so you can choose the one you need for your productions. The thing is, many of these libraries recorded each key with different velocities, so you can get really expressive and natural results. All of that I mentioned are what I think are the essential tools for producing music. If you think something's missing, please let me know. The links for every plugin that I show you today are in the description, and as you go there, subscribe to the channel and give a like to the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!